Are you an insurance agent that's kind of wondering, what do I need to get started in a part-time final expense telesales job or career? Well, you found the right video. I'm going to give you 5 tips that are necessary so that you can take your hopefully side hustle into an amazing success story. So many six-figure income earners start off part-time, but yet 90% of the agent force fails and doesn't find success because they didn't understand how simple the business was and they didn't see necessarily the full picture. So we're going to give you some tremendous transparency on what you're going to need to get started, what maybe the startup cost may be, what you need to get done first before, all right, you find yourself loving this career so that you don't fail. So before I go into these 5 tips with you, my name is Jason. I'm your friend in the business, and I'm very blessed to partner with amazing brand new and veteran insurance agents in our national agency, partnering shoulder to shoulder, selling life, Medicare, and annuities face to face, but yes, in the telespace. And part-time agents abound here, and even full-time agents love it as well. But if you need any resources, jasonfinalexpense.com. Let's get right after what you need to really get started in final expense telesales. So number 1, you got to keep the first things first. Don't be chasing B and C when you haven't, number 1, A, actually gotten your license. The license is everything. If you're playing around on everything else, stop right now. Go get yourself licensed. Number 1 is important. Get licensed so that you can actually have a chance of loving this industry. Right now, nothing matters until you get licensed. A is important before B and C come. So go get yourself licensed. Find a good pre-licensing course, very inexpensive. This is going to help you get ready, polished, prepared so you can get yourself into a place where you pass the state exam, the state license, so that you can now become an insurance agent. All right. It's awesome when you pass that test and now you're like, wow, I'm licensed. Now what? All right. Well, now number 2, now that you've been licensed, you've gotten that done. A is now done. Now B is so important. You've got to be intentional about finding a good work family like ours at jasonfinalexpense.com or another really good work family that you vetted. It's very important that you vet your trainer, vet your agency. Make sure if you're looking at part-time final expense telesales work that you've truly taken the time to vet your mentor, to vet the people around you. How responsive are they to your phone calls? How responsive are they to your emails? Can you smell the commission breath coming off of them? And then ask them, how many years have you done telesales? Have you done it for 2+ decades like what our experience is here at jasonfinalexpense.com? Or maybe they're a post-C-word agency. And then you want to see other people that they've helped attain powerful levels of success, especially part-time. And that's why it's important that you take the time to vet your trainer. Ask your agency owner and even trainers, are you an MDRT? Are you a $1 million round table? All right, producer yourself personally. You want to make sure that you've taken the time to vet them so that you're learning from people at the top of their license, because you don't have a lot of wiggle room if you marry wrong. All right, you're marrying the wrong person in your work family and you're going to want to divorce the industry. 90% of the agent force fails out because they didn't take the time to vet their work family, their agency, their IMO, the FMO. All right. Whatever company is that you're thinking about partnering with, be in a place that you pause for a second and get to know who is going to be your ally. This is actually so important to your success because they're going to be the ones now giving you the appointment. And the appointment sounds like an old knights and damsel days, right? That just means that they're giving you the authority to now sell the insurance company's product. That's the purpose of an IMO, an insurance group, a work family. They're giving you the authority to get appointed, and now you've got a chance to actually make some money. But being appointed doesn't equate into dollars unless you've got dynamic trainers that have truly given you turnkey systems, given you scripts, helped you get into a place where you can overcome objections, you know how to write the business. If not, panic comes in your chest and will rob you any opportunity of doing anything good. You're just going to get panic, get in a place of, I'm going to do this tomorrow, and that'll take your success away. So number 2, make sure that you're aligned well so that you don't have a bad marriage in this industry, so that you don't throw yourself in that statistic where 90% of the agent force fails. Even properly trained people, if they know what they're doing and they don't follow the rest of these tips, they can get into a lot of trouble too. It's not all unicorns and rainbows, my friends. It's just not. But number 2, find a good work family. And now you've got to train like your very career depends on it, because it does. It really does. Your partners are important in your success journey. Make sure you vetted them and you're comfortable with who is there. A fancy website, bunch of videos, that's not going to make you your very best. Mentorship will help you make more, especially in your part-time hours. You've got to be prepared and polished so that you can hopefully find profitability. All right. Number 3, I hope you're liking the video so far. And if you like the video, do me a favor. Would you do that for me? And if not, put it in the comments. All right. That would be appreciated as well. I hope this is helping you. But now number 3 is very critical to you capitalizing. You now want to work part-time hours, right? You've got to be precise in how and when you're going to work. The when is important. You've got to write down, grab your pen and paper and write down what hours you actually are going to dominate your clock with. All right. Part-time hours, you're going to work part-time hours. Good. We're now going to put full-time work ethic into those part-time hours. But if you're like, oh, I'm going to work part-time. Good. When? I don't know. Yeah, you're going to lose wealth. A lot of agents jump into this industry. Even full-time agents don't have a schedule written down, and they get just in a place that reminds me of a lot of bad things. It's not good. All right. You've got to be cautious here. You've got to create your schedule. If not, you're going to get ruled by everything that comes in. You've got to put fences around your time if you want to take this career seriously. And if you want to find success, you must take your career insanely seriously. Number 3 is big, precise hours. Write down your hours, and then you've got to stick to them. Stick to it, right? You've got to be now just dedicated if you want to be dynamic. Part-time agents can have powerful levels of success. Look at our agent interviews and testimonials. I'll try to put some up here of powerful part-time insurance agents and some that have started off part-time and then launched into full-time insurance sales. It's a very low startup cost, very high profitability when you make it. But you've got to dominate your clock. You have to write down your hours. And if you're not writing down your hours, you're going to rob yourself of opportunity. So have part-time hours that are precise. I will work from this time. I will not stop working until that time. And working isn't you in your office, all right, playing Pokemon Go or Wordle or whatever the heck newest, all right, thing is to play with. You can't be playing around here. You've got to put 100% of your time, effort, and energy into the business, or you're going to get beat up by it. And even when you're doing everything right, things go wrong. This is why you've got to have turnkey systems. You've got to be prepared for pain. If you want to have profitability, get ready for pain. Insurance agents that make it know how to make their way through the muck of the business. The business looks like war, and you're going to have a battle of the mind, a battle of your hours, a battle of, oh, I'm going to take an hour off and you were supposed to have worked 4 today, right? You cannot do this. If you want to make it, you've got to be precise. You've got to be polished. You got to be trained. You got to be licensed, ready to leverage yourself. And then you've got to really be dedicated. Dedication will help you do more in your part-time hours with Final Expense Telesales. It really will. Now that you've got your hours written down, though, and now you're dedicated, you're like, I got this. All right. I'm trained. I got a good work family, Jason. Let's get after it, right? Well, number 4 is important. Go buy leads. Buy leads. And I mean, buy a lot of them. All right. Now you got to launch. Now, if you're a part-time insurance agent and you've got some paper up in your pocket, you want to buy the best lead you can. And that's an exclusive Final Expense Telesales lead. Get the best lead you can get up in your pocket. All right. That'll help you because you've got minimal hours to work, right? So time is your most precious resource in this space. Now, if you're a part-time agent, it's like, Jason, I don't got much money. I just don't. And I need to start off part-time. I can help you unpack how you can find profitability with a couple different resources, and you can really get going. Even with aged leads, you can find amazing success. Some of the videos up here, you'll see agents that started off with a very low cost aged lead. We're talking less than $2 a lead on a lead that's 90 days or less old. And if you need good aged leads or even exclusive leads, reach out at jasonfinalexpense.com. You don't even have to partner in the agency, and I can help you get some resources in your hands because it's important that you stay in the business, find success, and help others. All right. But leads, number 4, is important. You need a lot of them. You need the right amount, and you need a launch. Leads aren't cheap, right? You're looking at an aged lead of like $2 or less. All right. You're looking at an exclusive lead that is like $15 on average, right? For a really good lead. All right. But you got to get a lot of them. You got to get as many as you can so that you can capitalize. You've got what it takes. You've been trained. All right. You got licensed. You got a good work family. You know what you're doing. You've gone through a 5-day telemastery course, hopefully, if you've aligned with an agency like ours that really invests in you and is there for you in minutes. But now you're in a place where you bought your leads, and now it's getting scary, right? Now it's getting scary. Now we got to move. Now, tip number 5 is critical. You want to make it in your part-time side hustle, your little side gig. You're like, I'm sick of my W-2. I want to be a warrior. Well, you can make the wealth, but you've got to have a positive mind. But now number 5 is big. You got to move. You got to move, my friends. Everything you've done to this point is meaningless if you don't move. Move into action, make more phone calls, make more just positive touches, and you may find that you'll take your career to the next level. But don't fail to move. You want to make the money? Let's do it. Let's grow in your part-time, all right, final expense telesales career so that you can get to a point where you make so much paper that you can put in your resignation at your W-2 when you've duplicated your income in this very simple industry. But the business isn't just easy street, my friends, but it is insanely simple to see. But not a lot of folks find success when they aren't dedicated. They aren't just absolutely 100% focused on what they say they want. Those that find success are sincerely dedicated into those hours and they don't let anything get in the way of them making the dials. They don't let anyone get in the way of them buying their lead orders, even on the weekly. They don't let anyone get in the way of them practicing and drilling and rehearsing. They are very regimented, and those are the ones that can really love working from home with final expense telesales. Doesn't matter if it's part-time or full-time. They can find success when so many people are sloppy. And the moment you get sloppy, you're going to see your success go into a place of distress. I hope this video helps you and gives you some powerful perspective on how you can find a crazy fun side hustle. And I hope you see it for what it is. Looks like risk, but insane levels of reward because the lead cost is super low and the capitalization and commission is crazy high. I hope this video helps you. If you need any resources or good work, family, Jason, finalexpense.com. Thanks for joining with us in this content, and I hope it's a help to you. We'll see you soon and know that you've got what it takes.